All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first race for the fall series here at Lanes Raceway. We got 9 total racers here, one set out. Braden Locher is going to be our first set out. He's going to help track marshal the cars. His first time here on the late model circuit here. Now, of course, these late models here running standard stomp motors, but we've changed the gear ratio a little bit. Gear ratios are actually 1027 instead of 929 that we usually run. I'm hoping this microphone and everything's going to work out. Left my headset at the house. I've been a little bit complacent here. We've been looking at flooring and stuff for the new Lanes Raceway. I know you guys have been excited about that. But right now, the lineup, things at hand here. Let's take a quick look at the track mate. Glenn Burden on red, Randy Kirtley on white, Nathaniel Burden on green, Gerald Whitaker on orange, Robert LaFoon on blue, Gunnar Vender on yellow, Ashton Whitaker on purple, Jackson Darty on black, and like I said, Braden Locher actually on deck, going to help track marshal. So as you guys know, we take a look here, 3 strikes you're out, the same old same as it always has been. If you get 3 strikes in a row, you come out on this. We're going to have 2 oval races here today. This oval race for the late model, and then coming up after this, we're going to have the IndyCar race on the oval. And then while we're running our evening race, which will be our 72-pitch LMP class on the orange track, which will be our Pro Series, we'll have simultaneously run our rookie GRC class Lexan bodies today on the oval. And we may swap back and forth in between that. But racers, are you ready? Are we not ready? Okay. Watch your lights. All right, our first wreck here. We're going to see who that is to receive strikes. Purple. Black. And white. Purple, black, and white receiving strikes. Red lights dropping out to green. Jackson right now currently in the lead, having to start back over there with 1 strike though. 3 strikes are out. We got a full pack here as we see 1 row from the bottom side all the way to the top hard. And that's going to be another strike on purple. And let's see who else we got here. Purple, white, and blue. Okay. Blue gets their first strike, white second. So right now, as it is, white, Randy Kirtley with 2 strikes, 1 strike for, Robert LaFoon on blue, and 2 strikes on purple for Ashton. All right, we got another yellow flag. Who is it this time? Okay, no strikes, no takeoff. This class has double the points, so every racer here will receive double the points for running this series, and that's simply because of the quality that they have opted to have on these bodies. It makes the bodies a little more expensive. Now, to the normal hobbyist, you know, I said, well, that ain't too expensive. That's like the price of a regular RC body, but in slot car racing, $47 is for a body is a lot of money. But these bodies come fully decked out with liveries on them from like their favorite racer, and then we give them a custom paint job and then clear coat them all. So we do spend a lot of time on them, and $47 makes us a little bit of money, but most of it is just what hobbyists like to do. So we got somebody working on a nose or something going on here. All right. So I think we're about to go back green racing. 1:49 left in the heat. Right now, Gunnar Bender in the lead, followed by Nathaniel Burden in the Budweiser car there on green. Alright, so we got... What is that, green? Let Dad look at it. If it don't take off again, we're pulling it. All right, so Ashton having a little bit of issues with his car trying to get it to take off. It needs a little help in the pits. Brian Vendor is going to take a quick look at it. If it don't start this time, they're going to have a little bit more pit time to get that to work out, and he'll be pulled because it'll be his third strike. Four red lights dropping out to green. Here we go. Fall series underway. Our first race here. If you're just now joining us, like, subscribe, all that. Got big plans coming up for Lanes Raceway, and I mean huge plans. Been into talks with a couple of the surrounding tracks in the area about starting series, and we're really excited about that. I've been waiting and wanting that for a long time, and we finally found a group of individuals in Tennessee, my wife said. Purple's out and yellow's getting a strike. But anyways, I just heard about it yesterday. I don't know a lot of the details. I haven't had a chance to look at it. We've been, like I said, picking out flooring for the new Lanes Raceway and stuff, but a lot of big things coming, and going to be working with other tracks, maybe do a little series, maybe a t-shirt, maybe a little live stream from both places, do a little touring races. I love it, and I know you guys do too, and I know all our guys here are excited about it also. So that'll be coming in the future. We'll get some stuff worked out, hopefully here sooner than later. Not to mention 4 Crowns coming up after this series, and that's our big echelon series where we pay out the biggest amount for the year, and we crown our Lords of Lanes Raceway. And we also crown the King of Lanes Raceway for a year and put his big old picture up in Lanes Raceway. And we're really wanting to try to get that on the Aton Trot that we just received a couple months back from Germany. So Green's going to receive a strike here. Like I said, guys, these cars with the upgraded gear ratio makes them just a hair bit faster. Beans are really heavy and even top heavy on the bodies in some scenarios. Causes these cars to kind of tilt over a little bit more than they normally would, especially when they get up to those high speeds trying to brake real hard. It's tough. So it's going to be an interesting series for these guys to get these worked out. But as you can see, very, very close race, and we got about middle of the packs. That's anywhere from 23 to 27 laps, and our top pack 30 to 32 laps. That's going to be a strike for red, their first strike. As you guys know, music being provided by Epidemic Sound, which we pay for that yearly, and we appreciate their business so that we can always have some filler sounds while our guys here at Lanes Raceway listen to copyrighted music. We got a commercial copy of that for those guys to have entertainment here. Nobody really just wants to listen to music a lot of times. So black's going to get a strike, and it looks like orange is getting a strike. So let's go take a look at that. Black there with their second, and orange with their first. So we got a lot of people here with 2 strikes so far. We got white, green, purple, and black, 2 strikes. Everybody else with 1. 32 seconds left to go in the heat. I'm feeling like we're probably going to see some guys fixing to set out here. Right now, Gunnar Bender holding it down by a lap next to Robert LaFoon and Jackson Darty. Robert LaFoon and Jackson just worked on their cars earlier this week, so it's good to see them going so quick. Been spent a lot of time on their cars and other people's cars this week. We're going to see another Braden Locher for his first time out. He's got a car that we built here at Lanes Raceway too. We spent a lot of time. So we get a red flag rotation, and the orange car there right at the end wreck would have gave him 2 strikes. Let's head over to the track mate here real quick, and we'll take a quick look here. As you can see, Gunnar Bender here in the lead with 55 total laps, and Robert LaFoon right there behind him with 54. Jackson Darty 53 there in 3rd place. So we're looking at 1 lap separating all our top 3 there, 53, 54, 55. We got a mid-pack action going on here from 39 all the way to 45, battling it out there for 4th position. Now Ashton there with 6 laps having trouble with his car. He's going to try to get that fixed and worked out, I'm sure, and he'll be back in here shortly. Now, as you guys know, anytime we have 8 or more, they come off on red. So Glenn's going to be coming off on red and placing a sticker where he left, and they go back in, or I'm sorry, they come off on white and go back in on red. So it'll be Gerald will be coming off placing a sticker, or Randy will come off, which he is, you see there on deck right now. He'll come off, place a sticker, and go back in on red. I know that was kind of a lot there. Looks like this computer here that we're streaming to has pulled up a Windows thing. I don't know what's going on here. I've lost connection here. Let's go ahead and collapse that. Open up a new one. There we go. All right, 52 seconds. We'll be right back with you. I'm going to go ahead and clear the strikes. And you can sit and watch the guys race. I just want to make a check here, make sure music's playing. We're good. I don't want to get no copyright because it's a pretty popular song. If I was going to get hit with a copyright, it would definitely be this one. 32 seconds left to go. You see the guys working. I'll be right back with you.
Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. Hold up. Look, walking this like hey. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like.
All right, here we go. 4 red lights dropping out to green. Round robin 2 of 9 starting now. Gunnar Bender in the lead, and we get our first car coming off fast and quick. That's going to be Robert LaFoon. He's coming off on purple. His first strike.
Bitch, I'm really him. Hold up. Look, walking this bitch like hey. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like hey. Bitch, I'm really him. Don't believe me, come and see me. Got 3 wishes from my genie. Now I'm on your local TV. Y'all on tour, got bitches screaming. Say she wanna come and see me when I'm in the local.
2 cars getting into contact. One down on black, getting in contact with Robert. Ashton and Robert there making contact. Ashton's first strike, Robert's second.
Talking my shit like bitch, I'm really him. Oh God, walking this bitch like yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like bitch, I'm really him.
Coming up in October, we're going to have a special race, or at least I believe we are. I haven't actually had a chance to So he hit the button there. If he didn't hit the button there, then he wouldn't have got a strike because his car came out and went immediately back in there on red. But since he hit the button, he will receive a strike. It's good to be on red lane sometimes on the oval, red or white. You can sometimes reach out there and grab your car and stick it back on without taking a strike. But like I said, Braden, he's just learning the ropes here, so bear with him there. He's got a fast car. But like I said, the weekend before Halloween, we've had several people interested in the teams race. Josh Reinerson, haven't really heard from him in a couple weeks, but he's been hitting some big dirt races here, folks. So we'll hear from him shortly about some of the cleanup on some of the smaller rules and everything. But give us a shout. I've even kind of went in and just made a rule about the bodies here for Lanes Raceway's purposes. That way that we'll make sure that everybody will be able to have a body. So is white and orange getting a strike there? So just white and orange? Okay. But yeah, Josh Reinerson, once he gets in touch with us, that's going to be a 500 for the win race. Whoever wins it gets the banner that we created here at Lanes Raceway for that special event. It's going to be a 10-minute on, 1 minute off. We're running both tracks, oval and orange. So each racer will get to run 8 heats. It's going to be, I believe he said, $25 entry. Half of that pot for the entry is going to go to pay out top qualifiers. So it's a really, really good money-making little race if you get the right person on your team. Now, it'll be random draw. We'll be drawing poker chips out of a bag like they do in real life, big car racing. So that'll be kind of interesting, too. Really excited about that. Like I said, we got a lot of cool things coming for white and black. A lot of cool things coming for Lanes Raceway in the future. And just like I said a couple race weekends ago, that's two. It will not affect the candy gauntlet that we have every year for the kids. Kids love it. And we get little smoke machines out here and dim the lights, and kids run around the track trying to make it 3 laps, and they get some candy while we all throw candy at them. So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty fun time. Right now, white's got 2 strikes. That'll be Gerald Whitaker. 2 strikes for Robert LaFoon and 2 strikes for Ashton Whitaker. Now, red lane, Braden's only got 1. Orange lane, Gunnar Vender only has 1. So everybody else doesn't have strikes, so whether it be green, blue, and yellow. We still got quite a bit of racing left to go here in this round robin 2 of 8. With a stalled car there and a button press. Glenn's going to take a look at his car there. For Glenn, though, that'll be his first. Just simply for hitting the button. But right now, he's still in the mix with everybody for sure. 1 minute and 18 seconds. 1 strike ain't going to hurt him. 58 to 73. Right now, 73 being your leader. Gunnar Vender, Robert LaFoon there. 1 lap down from that. Tied up with Jackson Daugherty. Nathaniel Burton there, 63. Glenn Burton at 58 there in 5th position. Gerald Whitaker, 52. He's right there in the mix, and he's running a 929 gear ratio, which you can run that stock gear ratio. You're not going to get as much top speed, but that is our stock gear ratio here at Lanes Raceway for the GRC class. But he's not doing too bad at 52 laps there, turning an average of 2.692 up on white, so that's pretty good. Do a little bit of minor work. We did run a preliminary race last week to try to work out some of the kinks in this new class, because guys, one thing that you might not know, these cars are running rear tires front and back to give them that look of the real car. So they're big hefty duty hubs from Mid-America, and I'll tell you what, as grip is concerned, those Mid-America fish rubber tires, or natural rubber I think they call it, they're unreal. I shouldn't even be saying that, because I don't really want you to buy them all up, because our guys really like them. Good. But you hit the button, though. If you didn't hit the button. But, yeah, like I said, the fish rubber tires at Mid-America are great. 4 red lines dropping out to green. Here we go. So Glenberg going to check out and see what's going on with his car. 4 red lights dropping out to green. We're continuing on in this heat. Round robin, 2 of 9. So the yellow flag here to the high outside. And that's going to be a strike there on blue, their first. Gerald Whitaker hitting the button there on green lane, going to take a strike. That's 3 for White, Dad. As White takes their 3rd strike to let out the rest of the heat. But Gerald, like I said, 55 in this heat. So the first heat in this one, not too bad for the stock gear ratio. Might be a viable strategy maybe in the future, depending on how some of these cars handle and act. Right now, Gunnar Bender in the lead, tied up with Robert LaFoon, 86 and 86. Jackson Daugherty there, 85, 86. So top 3 really, really close together. Nathaniel Burden, though, trying to capitalize and get it within just a few laps there. He's at 80 of 90, so he's only 10 laps down, and he has a fast car, too. We're going to see some rotations here take place as we continue on, and some of the guys on the high side will be going purple. Yes, 3 for purple. So we're going to see Robert LaFoon there. He's going to drop out a second there after his 3rd strike there. 4 red lights dropping out to green. 30 seconds left to go in the heat. The one that's on the chopping block now would be Ashton there on black, and that looks like his. Nope, a different car there. So that'll be yellow lane. That's going to be Jackson Daugherty taking a strike, his first. Everybody right now has 1 strike on the chopping block, though, is black lane. Ashton Whitaker cannot wreck again, or he'll be sitting out. Currently turned 34 laps this heat, so not too bad there down on black for him as he gets his feet wet in this new series. And a car to the high outside taking a hard hit coming out on red lane, just a little bit of a hop through the crook of the track there. That's going to be Braden's 2nd strike. So Braden now on a chopping block, too. Just needs to hang in there for 15 more seconds, and he'll be good to go. Yeah, go ahead, Braden. So Braden going ahead and hitting the button here. 4 red lights drop out to green. Here we go. Nathaniel Burden now taking over 3rd position, 96 total laps. He's getting it within what looks to be 9 laps, so he ended up gaining about a lap there. So that's pretty good. So we head over here to the track mate as it tries its best to load in through the internet. Gunnar Bender right now in the lead by 2 laps, 108 total laps, 54 on average. Jackson Daugherty right there behind him with 106. Nathaniel Burden in 3rd position with 97, round up your top 3. Robert LaFoon only dropping back just a hair there with that 30 seconds where he came out down to 93. So he can definitely make that back up as we got plenty of racing left to go here, rolling into round robin 3 of 9. We're going to take a small break here, take a look over here at the oval, watch these work, and we'll be right back with you. All right, folks, we're back. 4 red lights dropping out green. We got some cars rolling good now. As we see a car get sent to the high outside there. And whose car is that? So it's going to be the 18 Scott Bloomquist of Jackson Daugherty going to take one strike here. That's on orange. What happened? Car blow up? All right, Randy Kirtley with motor trouble. He is going to be out until he can get a motor replaced in his car. So back to racing. Gunnar Bender right now in the lead. Somebody's having gear issues. Oh, so we get a hard hit in the high banks. And a bad gear. Somebody's about to lose a gear. I can hear it out there. Oh, we're going to need a strike here. I believe purple. And I believe Ashton was the one that had a little rough gear action. It's gone. So Ashton will get a strike here. So Ashton's going to need to get him a gear replaced. So Ashton's often to pull his controller for the heat and get a gear put in there, I guess. All racers have 30 seconds to get one changed. So if you had one readily available, you could probably get that done in 30 seconds. You don't have to pull your car. But it's starting to act a whole lot like a hard hit down on Dead Man's Corner. Like real racing here. Real big car racing. A lot of people reckon. Hey, Gerald. Blue Lane gonna receive a strike there. As we continue on in this series, though, I'm sure all the kinks and stuff will get worked out for these racers. They'll find a perfect median for their cars. That's why we run so many races, and you only have to have about half of your races to receive full point credit. And I believe we have 8 total races lined up, so 4 of them will need to be ran. If you can't make it here on a week and it ends up being one of them that you have to make to finish your races out, we got hired guns here at Lanes Raceway that will run those races for you to get full credit. So if you got plans on going on vacation, dirt races, or anything like that, we can run those races for you and help you out. Now that's going to be another strike there on orange for Jackson Daugherty, his second. So he's on the chopping block right now. He needs to calm her down a little bit for 56 more seconds and see if he can keep that car on. Now the nose riding up on that car could be what's causing a lot of that to take place. He's catching a bunch of air underneath the nose. One thing I know about these cars, you do not want air up underneath these big, heavy bodies because any of that stuff disrupts the aerodynamics. Jackson Darty there letting Glenn Burden go by. We see the 23 Joe Smokey in a connection issue here taking place. Hopefully we get a connection back here. That's going to be a strike there on black. So we're having some connection issues through our Fairview IT control. Hopefully that'll get straightened up. They might be doing a server reset back at where they're at, but I can go ahead and give you an update without that taking place. Gunnar Vender right now in the lead, 151 laps. Jackson Darty, 146. Robert LaFoon back in third place, tied with Nathaniel Burden with 138. Glenn Burden with 100. Even after having to set out a full heat, got her within 38. Braden Locher, 67. Ashton Whitaker, 59. Randy Kirtley, 44, trying to replace a motor here. So that'll be a shrink. Maybe after the heat, we'll try to reset Fairview IT's control here. Usually we don't ever have any issues whatsoever out of this, but for some reason or another, right now we're having somewhat of an issues. So the guys come down taking looks at some of the cameras outside of Lanes Raceway from Fairview a couple days ago. Maybe they messed with this a little bit and caused some issues here. Not a big deal. As we in that heat, can't really go to TrackMate, but I can kind of reiterate. Gunner's in the lead, 159, 154 for Jackson, and Robert LaFoon back in third place, 147. Nathaniel Burden, 146 right there behind him, 108 for Glenn Burden, 74 for Braden, 59 for Ashton, Gerald Whitaker, 55, Randy Kirtley, 44. So let me clear these strikes out real quick, folks, and bear with me as I try to restart the TrackMate again. So right now, folks, what I'm seeing here is we have negotiating taking place through Fairview. I'm going to make a call, and I'll be right back with you. All right, folks, man, I got a little tickle in my throat there. 4 red lights dropping out to green. We're going back racing. And it looks like Fairview IT coming in clutch. Like I said, they speak the language of the computer. We're never down too long with Fairview IT. They're always keeping it under control here. They're just a phone call away for us here, and I've never had any issues with our computers that they couldn't solve in less than an hour. So it's pretty cool that they were Johnny on the spot with that. They were literally in a negotiation over the internet, and boom, right back up and running. Look at us here, boys. Jackson Darty now currently in the lead there on white lanes. We see Gunnar Vender, the track marshaling. White's going to take a strike. That is Jackson going to take his strike there on White. White lane is tough for these cars. That's something that I have noticed. Gerald Whitaker, of course, he is trying to get Ashton a car fixed there. But it looks like Brian's over there trying to help him out. So we got a lot of racers having issues with their dirt cars. Nonetheless, even though they're having issues, it looks like they're having a pretty good time trying to figure this out. Randy Kirtley's still trying to get a motor implanted in on his. As we see Glenn Burden there down on purple, going to take his first strike. But, you know, one issue so far for the new completely redone live stream here for the fall series, I think that's pretty good. We're all the way updated for Microsoft on Windows, and we're updated as it goes for our XSplit software, or XSplit broadcasting. So I'm just hoping all of our sound and stuff carried over from our previous iteration, and everything's coming through crystal clear, and you can hear us good. When a hard hit there on the backstretch as the car comes off, and we see another car hit them solid. So we're going to get the hooks of life here. So we see Brian going to try to hook a car there. He did that in quick fashion. He's a what? Professional hooker? Yeah. Well, I mean, every Sunday. Okay, so there's one for purple. I know there was 2 cars involved in that incident. And that's going to be orange. Going to take a strike. So right now, as it states, white with 1 strike, orange with 1 strike, and purple with 2. 4 red lights are dropping out to a green. Really close shot down low there on yellow. Robert LaFoon capitalizing as he's trying his best to move into second position here. That's going to be another strike for white, their second. These cars, they get so quick when they go through the crook of the track, it will pull them out if they're going fast enough. And with this gear ratio, it puts them in that little bitty spot to where that they can get just enough speed, especially if they come out of Dead Man's Corner nice and clean, and it ends up hurting them. So probably a good thing to do would just be to blip right before the tri-oval there just to stay in. Because these cars are packing a lot of weight, folks. As we get a yellow flag, I don't know who that is on the yellow flag here. So it looks like everybody's in. Okay, so it'll be purple. That'll be their third strike. So we head back over to the oval. Robert LaFoon diving it down there on yellow as he makes a pass there on Braden on blue. Very surprised on how well Braden is able to control this car. And he's keeping her in there nice and good for his first time out. Currently 5th position in his first pro race here at Lanes Raceway. And a nice little back and forth between him and Robert LaFoon, both of them keeping their composure, not causing an incident. Robert LaFoon really wanting to get by. As we get our red flag rotation, he's able to come in front of him just a hair there. So we head over here to the track mate. We see Nathaniel Burden currently in the lead, 202 total laps, followed by Robert LaFoon with 201. Jackson Darty there, 198 there in third position. Gunnar Bender, 159. Glenn Burden there, 146, 118. Braden Locher, Ashton Whitaker, 97. Gerald Whitaker, 55. And Randy Kirtley, 55. So I'm head over here to the strikes and clear those out. And shoot you over to the oval, let you watch these guys work. We'll be right back with you. racers really doing good on it. You know, even Black Lane, they kind of hold really good on this side. Are you racing right now? Yeah. Track marshal? All right. 4 red lights dropping out there, green, folks. We're going back racing. In between track talk with some of the racers here at Lanes Raceway. Gerald Whitaker, he's going to retire for the week. He's having some stutter problems in his front end, but he's impressed even with his car and how well it was doing. But I believe what we're starting to see here is if we don't get some sort of hardening compound on the front tires for some of these cars, those front tires will grip because they're meant to be rear tires. And anyways, so they're going to probably coat them with some super glue or coat them with some fingernail polish, something along those lines there, and that'll get them where they're running pretty good. A lot of these guys today, even though preliminary was last week, a lot of these guys are still working out some kinks from last week, just trying to get their cars to run good. But as you can tell right now, round robin 5 and 9, it's starting to see that people are starting to get their cars to run decently good here. As everybody's running neck and neck, giving each other a little bit of room. Extremely impressed with how Braden Locher's doing for his first time out. As we just went right at 1 minute solid there with a rookie here on Lanes Raceway running in the Pro Series. So exceptional first time out here. He just got his car built yesterday. We ended up going to Central City at the UPS store. For those that are wondering, UPS has even sponsored a body for Guillermo Sire at one time. But like I said, that's where we get our liveries and stuff made up, is at the UPS store, and then we come down here, we put them on and get them painted up for the racers, and they're high quality. I mean, you can see there on Red Lane, Gunnar Bender there in the high banks, is the sheer detail we got. I couldn't tell you what that racer is, but I'll tell you what, that hyper purple is really nice. White Lane going to receive a strike there. We are halfway through the heat, and a little bit of a rub there down on Black Lane as Glenn Burton sticks his nose in there, and they both come out in fine fashion. Glenn Burton looks like he now has his car in running order, and that baby is screaming down low, folks. As he comes back up on Locher, making the pass there on the front stretch. We see our leader there on Yellow Lane. Like I said, Yellow Lane, a very fast lane for these cars. 2.148 best lap. Not to be bested, though, by Glenn Burton there on Black, 2.083. He's got that baby humming. Purple going to receive a strike there. That's going to be Braden's first strike this heat. He's doing good. Glenn Burton making a comment there, his second strike for the whole race. Let me let you guys know this is Braden's first time running a race on the oval track here. And that's something to be said. To only have 2 strikes, and we're already over halfway through this race. He's just running his own race, and that's what it takes a lot of the times. Just keep your car on, don't come off, and you will finish well. Especially like when we're talking about the 4 crowns here. You know, we got 9 guys here. We pay out top 10 position. The difference between, you may not be running for first place, but if you keep your car on, you're definitely not going to be in last. So it's just really cool to see how well he's already started out. And he hasn't even been doing this long. 257 total laps there. Nathaniel Burton for first place right now. Robert LaFoon right there behind him, 252. Gunnar Bender, 210 laps there in 3rd position. Glenn Burton in 201 in 4th position. As we can see, the rest of these guys here, Jackson was setting up that last heat, so he'll come back in, and we'll see another guy go out. Clear the strike system here. Head over to the oval. Let you watch these guys work, and we'll be right back with you.
Even though that I want ya, why don't we go figure it? Yeah, out on our own. Yeah, I know what we said, I still think we should figure it. Yeah, out on our own. I just hope that we'll be okay. It's so difficult. keep on trying to. We need know what we shouldn't do. Even though that I want ya, why don't we go figure it? Yeah, 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 yeah. Out on our own. Yeah, I know what we said, I still think we should figure it. Yeah, 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 yeah. Out on our own. I just hope that we'll be okay. Nothing here will be the same again. 'Cause I know this pain, I'm better off alone. Know that all I ever wanted to was still see you smile.
All right, 5 seconds before we go back green racing. Jackson Darty there on red lane as he puts the Scott Bloomquist back on the ride. Probably one of his better looking liveries. Sad to see Scott Bloomquist pass away here recently. Meant a lot to some of the guys around here. He actually raced Windy Hollow whenever I was younger, so pretty cool. But nonetheless, pray for his family. White Lane going to take a strike there. We go back green racing. Minute and 50 seconds. We just got this baby started. Randy Kirtley got that car back in there on purple lane. He is running a livery called the Ricky Bobby Pierce livery. And I guess that's a play on words for Ricky Bobby. But he's got that baby humming now after a motor transplant. Now, I'm definitely not going to win this race for sure, but at least he come back in. That's a true racer at heart for sure. After you have some trouble, him and Glenn Burden, you know, they'll have trouble, but they'll get them cars back in there. Because they do know that points matter, and you never know what happens in life. You may not be able to make your final race or something, but at least you got one that you can say you're getting points for. As we get a flag here, we're going to see a car wreck there on red lane. I'm going to take a strike. That's going to be Jackson Darty in the Bloomquist car. He's going to take a wreck and a strike. A little side-by-side action down low between Braden Locher there on black lane and Randy Kirtley. A little side-by-side action on orange and green, and a nice pass from Nathaniel there on orange. Passing up Gunner there down low. Oh, and a little bit of a love touch as Black gets his back end out in front of Purple, and Purple ended up taking him to the high side. See a strike there for Black Lane. And we're back racing again. Let's get a car to the high outside and a track call button. Jackson probably should have just went ahead and stuck that baby back in instead of hitting the button, but he didn't, so he will receive a strike there, his second. So he's got 42 seconds. He's got to keep that car on for the remainder of the heat. Try to keep that nose down and letting that air in under there. But still not doing too bad. Jackson right now currently in 5th position. Okay. That's fine. So we just got a community, I guess you would say, track call there as Braden's car was stuck in the dead zone there. So no strikes given for that. Nathaniel Burden, your leader, 303 laps running in the old Budweiser car there on orange. He's got that baby singing. He's running a little different tire compound than the rest of the field. He's running Pro Tracks, I believe. Or no, he is actually running Mid-America, but they're the light hubs. They're not the hefty-duty hubs, and he's opted to get Pro Track bead locks put in on his. So we got a heat over after that. Take a look here at the track mate. We can see Nathaniel Burden there in the lead, 311 total laps, average of 51.8. He's got 2 more heats to roll. Now, at max, I believe we have 3 heats left. So he's going to run 2 more, and then he'll be out. We also have Robert LaFoon with 2 more, and then he'll be coming out. Gunner still has 3. He starts at the 3 there. Glenn Burden with 2. Jackson with 3 left. Braden with 3. Ashton with 3. And I believe Randy Kirtley still has 3 too. So nonetheless, we still have some racing left to do here, but it's a very close racing at that. 311 total laps, 299 and 264 to round up your top 3. Head you back over after we clear the strikes here to the oval. Watch these guys work. We'll be right back with you.
Yeah, I see the money tree, cap the couple breaks. Yeah, I'm cheesy, check the date. How they brought it cake, how they don't value my fate. Watch me go around the wave. Yeah, I'm married to the game instead of tossing rocks and throwing shade. You can tell they want a leg in it. Next to you, my heart is racing. In the bed of the green blades, I'm a flower child from like miles away. To hell with assumption, you should be afraid of a young black man here to stay. Money on my mind, I don't waste no time. I come from a side when you might just lose a life. I'm a new reply, trying to see the light. Aiming at the sky, wanna see how high we fly. Money on my mind. I got that money on my mind. Money on my mind. Wave, look, the vibe is on something mystical. I don't say what Shakespeare do. Ain't no telling you what he might do. Write the songs and he real too. Trap jumping is a rage cage. Short circuit in the mainframe. But I'll be on in a minute though. I just made me a couple of centerfolds. I blew it all at the register. Could've lived it twice for 1 or 2, but I cherish this. I love my character. I'm a problem with the predicate. See, back then I was trapped in with the padded pin to make it happen. It was at risk, but that's past tense. Now they back's a pin, nigga tap in.
All right, full red lights dropping out to green. Here we go. Round robin 7 to 9 as we get a 3 or 4 car, one of them off on the lid, down through the crook of the track. All right, we're going to find out here shortly who got strikes. So, blue lane, red, and looks like white. So, red, white, and blue, America colors, taking strikes this time, 3 seconds into the heat. Got a little bit of 3-car lineup on the front stretch even. Two lineups. The yellow flag, the car over the high side. It's going to be a strike there for orange. They're first. Oh, the car comes out, turning around backwards and back forward again. I've never seen that before there on the high banks. That's going to be a strike there for green lane, Jackson Darty. But a really, really cool wreck. So as it states right now, we got red, white, green, orange, and blue with strikes. Coming up next, Indy on the oval. A little bit faster cars, but a whole lot more grippy. A lot of these guys have been working hard on those all week long, some fresh chassis. So exciting to see that coming up next. Yellow flag quick on the button. We see Ashton. I think he still collected one there. And we got Ashton and Braden. So 2 strikes there for Ashton. He's on the block now. All right, whoever wrecked, hit the button. 4 red lights dropping out to green. Here we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hit the button. Put that red car at the start-finish line. That's 3 for red. Yep. Hey, T, don't be putting them cars back on. This ain't a rookie race. That's 3 strikes for red. They're going to be setting out the rest of the heat. You have to forgive my wife. She's used to doing races all week long. No, if they wreck, you let them hit the button. Like, a wreck is a strike. They don't just get put back on the track. I know. It's fine, but that's why he's out. So my wife usually during the week, she runs all of the rookie races and stuff, and they don't count strikes, so they get put back on the track where they're at. We're going to see a strike here on white. That'll be their second. But in the Pro Series, we don't do that. It's just 3 strikes, you're out, and then we continue the race. So we're cutting down on the track getting shut off. It's oval, if you guys know, usually if somebody wrecks in an oval, it hits somebody, and then the next thing you know, that person hits another person, and you end up wrecking the whole crowd. So we want to kill the track for sure to keep wrecks from taking place. Now, that's going to be a strike there for blue. They're second. It's Greener's second there. So we get a car crash here. I don't know how many's involved in that. Orange and green. Good. They're good. And that's their second strikes. So orange and green now on 2. So we're chopping blocks with white, green, orange, blue. If I reckon another time we'll be setting out the heat. Two seconds left to go in the heat. And a red flag rotation. As we take a look here at the TrackMate, if it loads up, having some internet issues here. Nathaniel Bird in 361 total laps. He's got one more heat to go, but I believe he's coming off now, going to set out a heat. And then 320 laps for Gunnar Bender. He's still got 2 heats to go. Glenn Burden with 1 heat to go. And he's got 307. Robert LaFoon, 299 with 2 heats. 289 for Jackson with 2 heats. And Braden with 248, 2 heats to go. 164 for Ashton, 2 heats. Randy Kirtley, 157. I believe he has 2 heats left to go. Nonetheless, we're going to clear out the strike system here. There's a very close call on quite a few other people coming out. And a little misunderstanding of the rules as we get a complete color change taking place here on the TrackMate software. Sometimes TrackMate likes to glitch out a little bit. A little strange happening. A minute and 33 seconds. We'll be right back with you.
Need no help, that's all me. Could've went to jail or the army. Remember when they didn't wanna call me? Now I can't keep it, that's all me. Need no help, that's all me. Could've went to jail or the army. Remember when they didn't wanna call me? Should've seen a look when they saw me. Need no help, that's all me. Could've went to jail or the army. Remember when they didn't wanna call me? Now I can't keep it, that's all me. Need no help, that's all me. Could've went to jail or the army. Remember when they didn't wanna call me? Should've seen a look when they saw me. They ain't happy, they just shot. Killed Nipsey, they touched pot. Can't believe that I made it here. Bus rounds at my bus stop. No help, all me, get money on 3 game plan. In the hills, talking real figures, got heel figure on the waistband. Like 4 bands, 4 hours, fuel efficient, just know I get it done. Life a dream, life a game, all the same, look like I really won. Roll the dice, you could bet that. Came back from a setback. Front pocket full of head pack. About to do a show, then I head back. Like, hold up.
All right, everybody, take a step back. Let everybody see. 4 red lights dropping out to green. Here we go. And another glitch taking place, but we're all right. We're making it out on the other end. Gunnar Bender now in the lead, 324 laps. Who was it? Orange. It's fine. Yeah, if you hit the button, it's a strike. 4 red lights dropping out to green. Here we go. Yellow flag 2 cars involved in here. Red and white. Forgot that we can swap over here to old Cam 2 and see the old Dead Man's Corner action. Maybe we'll start off in Dead Man's Corner on this one. It's usually where the wrecks take place. Yellow flag there. Car coming off in the crook of the track there. I believe that is Jackson Darty there on blue. Red lights dropping out to green. Got another yellow here. It's supposed to be on white. This will be a strike there on white. There's second. Looking at the braid to see if anything's up. Most everybody's had issues there on the tonight. One minute and 27 seconds left to go. Gunnar Bender really holding it down here this evening. So we got Randy Kirtley coming off the track there, going to receive a strike on yellow. Car is narrowly coming out of the blue lane there, swapping into orange lane. That's going to be Jackson Darty taking his second strike there on blue. Here we go, 4 red lights dropping out to green. So we see the purple. So Gunner going to take a strike there. Bobby with a smart move there, putting his car back in. This ain't his first time racing. All right, so we head over here to the track mate. We can see that Gunner's got one more heat, 376 total laps, 361 for Nathaniel, one more heat. Glenn Burden, he's done, 354. Robert LaFoon, 348. He's got one more heat, too. Jackson Darty, 338. He's got one more heat. Braden, one more heat with 289, 211 for Randy Kirtley. I don't know if he does or not. 208 for Ashton. Got one more heat. And Gerald Whitaker, of course, he's out in the middle. Even if he did. So, headed back over here to the strikes. We'll clear those out. I'll let you watch these guys work. Be right back with you.
Mueven 3, mueven 4. Los tiempos lo cogen, no como un novato. Ella ha ayudado mucho de desacato. Eso porque es una eternidad bailar contigo solo un rato. Tienes ego lo que amo. Me encanta cuando me dice eres mi chamo. La ven es más linda cuando nos casamos. Y en nuestra boda un perreíto, mami, así que lo gozamos. Baila funky, a los perreos. Te digo, mami, yo te deseo. Tú eres un party, eres un leo. Porque goleas al mundo entero. Baila como una maniática, el perreo ya le gusta. Ella es una fanática, con movimiento que la asusta. Cuando baila toca a otro más, y ese paso no la coge. También baila esa
cuando baila tú estás anormal y ese paso no lo coge. También baila esa y al papá.
All right, for red lights dropping out to green for the final heat. Gunnar Bender, also known as Brian, is a step in today, or hired gun as they call it. It's going to take one wreck there. I'd normally see him have a wreck here. It's him and Bobby both not really wrecking a whole lot this whole race. Nathaniel, same way. All three of these guys battling it out. Another wreck here. See another strike there on black.
It's not so easy to change this game. Just let it
I guess he just overheated.
come what may.
Working now. If you guys are wondering what I'm talking about, this little white string thing here overheated. It stopped working.
I know you think my heart has had enough time, but my chest is filled with sweet.
Ooh, the car steps out there on blue. Ashton's able to recover it though. Wild move there. Big old pack of these cars coming in. Somebody's getting a little rough sounding on the gear, but they may be able to hold it in. It kind of sounds like it could be either Jackson or Randy Kirkland with a rough gear. Randy and Jackson there neck and neck side by side on purple and orange as we get another wreck here. Minute and 12 seconds left to go. And we're going to see blue take a strike there first. All right, whoever wrecked, hit the button. Four red lights dropping out to green. 5:11 in the PM. Coming up next, we have another open wheel. We like to call it IndyCar here at Lanes Raceway. You see a car coming out, swap back in, get back in on orange. That's going to be white taking the strike there. Half the heat left to go. Receive another strike. It'll be their second. Ashton, hit the button. Four red lights dropping out to green. Here we go. 45 seconds left to go to see who's going to bring home first, second, and third. Upset there in that man's corner. We're going to see Bobby LaFoon take a strike there on green. We'll see who that is. Blue's out. Red lane going to receive another strike. Blue going to receive their third. 10 seconds left to go. Oh, we see the Budweiser take a hard hit to the high outside. Looks like his second strike. And we got a checkered flag here, folks. A little bit of tension there towards the end of the race here. Let's take a look at the track mate and see who's going to bring it home. Gunnar Vender going to take home first place, 422 laps. Let's see where he won it at. Looks like he didn't have a really good black lane, but he had a very successful purple-blue lane with 56 total laps. 56 total laps, also the most laps turned for the race. 55, close second for most on the average. Robert LaFoon there, 54, 54, 54. Very, very close race, top three people. Even top four. I would say it'd be a difference there. Glenn Burden didn't have so much trouble actually turning 56 laps there on yellow, so he was right there in the mix, but just had a little issues there early on. Also, Randy Kirtley there at 56 lap having issues early on too. So next week might be a completely different story of the top three. But this week we got Gunnar Vender first place, Nathaniel Burden second, and Robert LaFoon third place for your top three. So folks, we're fixing to jump right into the IndyCar Series race here at Lanes Raceway. Coming up next here in the next few minutes, you'll see another live stream pop up. See my wife taking pictures behind us. Congratulations to those racers. As she gets these pictures entered in, these points will count this week. Coming up next, like I said, IndyCar on the Oval. God bless you. Thank you guys for watching this race and continue to watch it with us. Like, subscribe if you made it this far. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you like what you see, share it to your friends and family, and we'll see you coming up next on the IndyCar race here at Lanes Raceway.